Imagine this. It's 2:47 a.m. You wake up not because of an alarm, not because someone called you, but because your bladder did. You shuffle half awake to the bathroom, hoping this time will be different, but it isn't. The flow is weak, the relief incomplete, and as you finally crawl back into bed, you already know you'll be up again in a few hours. Now here's something that might surprise you. Researchers estimate that nearly 90% of men over the age of 80 and more than 50% over the age of 60 experience some level of prostate enlargement. What doctors call benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. That's tens of millions of men worldwide who share the same sleepless, frustrating nights. But here's the twist. In many cases, it's not just aging. It's not always bad luck. And it's not always something that can only be treated with surgery or medication. Daily habits, things you do without even thinking, may be silently making your prostate worse. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 worst daily habits that can contribute to prostate enlargement, and more importantly, how to stop them starting today. These are habits backed by science, often overlooked, and shockingly common among men over 60. And here's why you should stay to the end. We'll uncover a powerful but simple shift, used in countries where BPH rates are dramatically lower, that can help you take back control of your nights, your energy, and your confidence. So grab a cup of green tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about your prostate like no one ever does. But everyone should. For many men over 60, prostate issues don't start as a dramatic event. At first, it's getting up once a night to urinate, then twice, then 3 times. Eventually, what used to be a peaceful, deep sleep turns into a restless cycle of interruptions. And it doesn't stop there. You may notice a weaker urine stream, that uncomfortable feeling of not fully emptying your bladder or even hesitating just to get the flow started. For some, it also affects intimacy, energy levels, and confidence. What's worse is the quiet frustration. Many men don't talk about it, not to their friends, not even to their doctors, because it feels personal, even embarrassing. But here's the thing, you're far from alone. Prostate enlargement is one of the most common men's health issues after 60. A landmark study published in the Journal of Urology revealed that by the age of 60, about 60% of men show measurable signs of prostate enlargement. By 80, that number approaches 90%. This isn't just a medical statistic, it's real people, real nights, and real lives disrupted. But what if some of the habits you've carried for years, the small things you think are harmless, are actually fueling the fire? Let's break them down one by one. Before we dive into the habits, let's clear something up. BPH isn't cancer. It's a non-cancerous enlargement of the prostate gland, a walnut-sized organ located just below the bladder. Its job is simple, to help produce fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. But as men age, hormonal shifts, especially involving testosterone and a compound called dihydrotestosterone, DHT, cause the prostate to grow. For some, that growth presses on the urethra like a clamp, slowing the flow of urine and making it harder to empty the bladder. What's fascinating is this. Not all men experience the same severity. Some men live well into their 80s with minimal symptoms, while others struggle at 55. Why? Lifestyle factors and daily habits. Researchers at Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health followed over 47,000 men for years. They found that certain lifestyle patterns were strongly linked to higher rates of prostate enlargement, while others appeared to be protective. This means you have more influence over your prostate health than you might think. It's not about perfection, it's about knowing what to change. Habit number 1, sedentary lifestyle. Let's start with the first silent culprit, sitting too much. You might not think sitting affects your prostate, but it does, deeply. Modern life makes it easy to stay seated for long stretches. Whether it's driving, watching TV, or scrolling on your phone, men over 60 often spend hours without moving much. But your pelvic area isn't built for stagnation. Blood flow plays a critical role in prostate health. Prolonged sitting reduces circulation to the lower pelvis, increasing pressure on the prostate and surrounding tissues. Over time, this can worsen inflammation, swelling, and urinary symptoms. A 2015 study published in the American Journal of Epidemiology found that men who sat more than 5 hours a day had a 34% higher risk of moderate to severe lower urinary tract symptoms, the hallmark signs of an enlarged prostate. But it's not just about risk. Movement, especially light, regular activity like walking, stretching, or pelvic floor exercises, can improve circulation, support hormone balance, and help reduce inflammation. Just 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking daily can significantly lower prostate symptom scores, according to research from the National Institutes of Health. So, if your day includes long hours in a chair, make it a mission to move every hour. Walk around the house, stretch your hips, take a quick stroll outside. Small actions add up to big changes. Habit number 2, poor dietary patterns. The second major habit, a prostate-unfriendly diet. For decades, the standard Western diet has leaned heavily on processed meats, refined carbs, and dairy. Unfortunately, that combination can silently fuel inflammation and hormone imbalance, two major drivers of prostate enlargement. Research consistently links diets high in saturated fat and low in plant-based antioxidants to increase prostate volume. A large-scale study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men who ate more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats had a 32% lower risk of BPH symptoms. But why is this so powerful? Because certain nutrients directly influence how the prostate behaves. Lycopene, found in tomatoes, helps reduce oxidative stress in prostate tissue. Zinc, abundant in pumpkin seeds, supports healthy testosterone metabolism. Omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon, flax seeds, and walnuts counter chronic inflammation. Meanwhile, a high intake of processed meats, excess sugar, and dairy can spike inflammatory pathways and hormonal activity that push the prostate to grow. Men in countries with Mediterranean-style diets, rich in vegetables, olive oil, legumes, and fish, report significantly lower rates of BPH compared to men consuming a typical Western diet. The fix isn't about strict dieting or going vegan overnight. It's about making breakfast, lunch, and dinner work for your prostate, not against it. Swap bacon and white toast for a tomato spinach omelet. Trade soda for green tea. Add pumpkin seeds to your oatmeal. Each small shift builds a protective foundation. Habit number 3, ignoring hydration timing and bladder habits. The third daily habit might surprise you: when and how you hydrate. Many men drink most of their fluids late in the day, especially after dinner. Maybe it's a couple of glasses of water, maybe tea, maybe even a nightcap. But here's the problem. As the prostate enlarges, it presses against the urethra, making it harder to fully empty the bladder. When you drink a lot before bed, your bladder fills quickly. And since it can't empty completely, you end up waking multiple times at night. This frequent nighttime urination, called nocturia, doesn't just wreck your sleep, it can accelerate inflammation and worsen symptoms over time. Urologists often recommend front-loading your hydration. That means drinking most of your fluids between morning and early afternoon and reducing evening intake. Additionally, holding it in for long periods during the day can also increase bladder pressure and make symptoms worse. Regular relaxed bathroom visits reduce strain on both your bladder and prostate. And here's a little-known tip backed by research. Warm herbal teas like green tea and nettles earlier in the day may support urinary function without irritating the bladder. On the other hand, caffeine and alcohol, especially at night, can irritate the bladder lining and increase urgency. So if your nights are restless, don't just blame age. Your hydration timing might be working against you. Now let me ask you something. Be honest with yourself. How many hours a day do you actually sit without moving? How many of your meals include processed meats or heavy carbs? Do you usually drink more in the evening than during the day? If you said yes to any of these, don't feel guilty. These habits are common because no one teaches men how much they matter. But once you know, you can take back control. Drop your answer in the comments below. Which of these 3 habits are you guilty of the most? Let's see how many of us share the same struggles, and how many can turn it around together. Here's the big takeaway most men never hear at the doctor's office. Your prostate isn't just affected by age, it's shaped by your daily actions. Yes, hormones matter. Yes, genetics play a role. But science is clear. Lifestyle changes can significantly reduce BPH symptoms and even shrink prostate volume in some cases. In a long-term study published in European Urology, men who adopted regular movement, a plant-forward diet, and smart hydration timing experienced up to a 25% improvement in symptom scores within months without surgery, without harsh medications. These habits may seem simple, but when applied consistently, they can change the trajectory of your prostate health and, more importantly, your quality of life. So let's recap the 3 worst daily habits that can silently enlarge your prostate. 1. Sitting too long without movement. 2. Eating a diet high in processed foods and low in protective nutrients. 3. Poor hydration timing, especially late at night. None of these are irreversible. In fact, the power to change them is in your hands starting today. This isn't about quick fixes or miracle cures. It's about giving your body the right environment to function better. Imagine going to bed and sleeping through the night. Imagine walking with energy again. Imagine feeling in control, not frustrated when it comes to your health. If this video opened your eyes to something new, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video where we'll go even deeper into natural strategies that support men's health after 50 and beyond. Your engagement doesn't just help this channel, it helps spread valuable health education to men around the world. The truth is, aging is inevitable, but suffering doesn't have to be. Every meal you eat, every step you take, every glass of water you drink at the right time, it all sends a signal to your body. You can either let your habits work against you or make them work for you. I've spoken to men who thought prostate problems were just something they'd have to live with, but after changing their routines, they slept better, moved better, and lived better. You can be one of them. The change starts not with a pill, but with a decision. So tonight, as you turn off the lights, ask yourself, what one habit can I change tomorrow morning? That small step might be the start of something life-changing.